Hello. Can you see me and hear me? Yes. Okay, it's working now. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, something was wrong with the computer, I think. I had to completely switch my computer. So I had to change my computer. So I'll just open up the focus again. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you very much for waiting, for being patient. Um, all right. So, as the description says, today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is music. So yeah, we started everything. I have a new computer. so we're good to go. Thank you very much for waiting, everyone. How is everyone this morning? Okay? Okay, good. So if everyone can still see here, we'll get started with this focus talking about music. We're going to talk about some interesting phrasal verbs that should help out. They can be used in various situations, of course, not only with music, but we'll look at it in the context of music. We'll talk a little bit about conditionals as well, and some conditionals with reported speech. So that should be interesting for you guys. All right, first part. In this focus activity, phrasal verbs, conditional reported speech, and interviewing, all in the context of music. So the first part, I'll just read for you guys, and you can see in bold are the phrasal verbs, ones that we're going to be today. Musical styles. Everybody knows the guy on the bottom right, and it's Bob Marley, of course, one of the greatest musicians who ever lived, probably, for sure. The distinctive songwriting and vocal style of Bob Marley made him stand out as a unique performer. He used music to get across his message, calling for social change. His interest in singing developed when he was a teenager, and eventually learned to play the guitar. He got into the music industry in 1963, when his group The Wailers was discovered by a record producer. The band finally made it big internationally with the hit No Woman, No Cry in 1975. Hello? Hey, yeah, I switched computer, so I just got it working. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. All right. Yeah, well, thanks. Bye. Okay, so we have a few things mentioned here. What do the highlighted words mean? First, we have the verb stand out. Just let me know in the chat. You can write to me in the chat anything you want. Have you heard the verb stand out before? Or do you know what it means? If you know what it means, if you could write in the chat what it means to stand out. I'll give you just a minute because there is a little bit of a delay. Oh, nice. Stand out is to distinguish. Yeah, Sonia, exactly. And Elisa, to be easily spotted. Yeah, usually somebody who stands out can be easily spotted. It goes with it. Yes. If you stand out, that means you appear different. You seem very different compared to the norm, compared to normal people or other musicians, other types of music. So his music really stands out from the rest. So easily spotted, it goes with it, yeah. It's easy to be recognized. And I think part of the thing with Bob Marley is his musical style was unique, even though it was in the genre of reggae. He used and combined different types of music with reggae. Ciao, Annie. Hi. Hello, Maria. Good morning. So he combined reggae with different forms of music. That's why whenever you hear a Bob Marley song, you know it's not a general, normal reggae song. You know that it's Bob Marley because his music stands out as something different. Of course, his voice is one thing. Can you speak slowly, please? Yeah, of course. Sorry. I was saying that Bob Marley, his music stands out. It seems very different from the others. I am a Neapolitan student. I have done this focus at school. Oh, okay. Nice. Do you remember all the definitions of the phrasal verbs? Annalisa, like the queen among the crowd. Yes, of course, the queen really stands out. Of course. Nice. So we have stand out as a nice phrasal verb. The next sentence says he used music to get across his message, calling for social change. Okay, Maria says, no, all phrasal verbs. I don't remember. Okay, perfect. So to get across his message. If you write in the chat, do you know what it means to get across? And Lisa, to get across, to communicate. Yes. Get across, to make people understand. Yes, exactly. Perfect. Hi, everyone. Fabrizio from Milano. Good morning, Fabrizio. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Next, we have the verb he got into the music industry in 1963 when his group The Wailers was discovered by a record producer. So to get into something, how can we define that verb? He got into. So he got into the music industry. Good morning. Fabrizio says, being a member. Okay. So we have Marilene, Deandra. So he starts, maybe. Yeah, like being started. To get into, to enter, maybe. Yes. To become involved is a good definition from Lara. It's like entering into a new environment. We use it with hobbies, with jobs, with work and stuff like that, to get into and start with. Yes. Yeah. When I moved to Italy, I got into teaching English, for example. So after this, we can use he got into, and we can use a noun. After this, he got into the music industry, he got into the sports industry, or he got into playing. We can use a gerund after this. So he got into playing music, or he got into recording music and making albums. So his first group, the Wailers, was discovered by a record producer. Then this one. This is a very nice phrasal verb. We use this very, very often. The band finally made it big internationally with the hit No Woman, No Cry. So to make it. What do you think it means if you just say, he made it? He made it into the industry. I'll give you another example of an everyday example of when we use this verb, make it. Become. In this context, I think become famous. Yeah, to become successful. To be successful is to make it. To make it in the music industry, to make it in the sports industry. Show you an example of how we use this in an everyday context. So we can say, I'm running late. Of course, this is a strange way to use the, can you give us another example with this verb? Yeah, here it is, yeah. Here's an everyday one. I'm running late. That alone is a phrase. It means I am late. I'm hurrying. I'm rushing to get ready, to get out the door. I'm running late. I don't think I'll make it on time. So if you use make it on its own, it means be successful. So in this context, it's to arrive on time. So you can use make it as far as your timing for something, timing for getting to work, to school, anything. We can say this as well. This can have a few different meanings. He's not going to make it. A few things going on in this sentence, okay? Going to, can we use made it about passing an exam? Yeah, you can say I made it into the university. But usually we just say passed. I passed the exam. That's the common verb that we use with it. It's just passed. If the exam is used to go into a university, for example, you can say I made it into the university. get into the university, or I got into the university. We can use it in this. For an exam, we would just say passing. I passed. Of course. So here's another example. A few things happen. He's not going to make it. So we have going to. This is a prediction, right? Based on evidence, based on something that you see. You have a reason to say this. He's not going to make it. So you think there's a lot of traffic. So Fred is not going to make it to the party. He will not come at all. He will not be successful in arriving at the party. So it could be in a simple context like that. Also, if you think maybe somebody will not survive, he's not going to make it. Means if somebody is very sick and you think that soon they will pass away, you can say, I don't think he's going to make it. And depending on your tone of voice, it can, of course, it can alter the meaning of it. If someone is sick in the hospital and they have a very strong illness, right, a disease, but you don't think the doctors can cure it, I don't think he's going to make it. Nice. So let me know slowly in the chat if there are any more questions. If you'd like some more examples, we're going to look at all of these individually and connect them to their definitions. So to get across, as we said before, is to communicate something, to send your message, to stand out from the crowd, to be different or unique, and finally, to finally make it, be successful, and to get into, to become involved with. Okay, so now the best way to help us with remembering these is to put them into realistic examples. Okay, so if you would take one of these phrasal verbs, try to make your own examples and share them with us in the chat below. So let me know if you have some ideas of when to use these. You can give us an example we can talk about. I'll share a couple of my own as well. So here's an example. This is the first thing I think of when I think of get across. I'm not sure how to get this idea across in a polite way. So if you need to tell somebody something that's really, really strong, but you only know how to do it in a rude way, you need to get the idea across, but be polite as well. So Annalisa says, when speaking with somebody, I am not sure that what I'm saying makes sense. I can say, I hope I get it across. Yeah. Yes, you can say that. I hope I can get it across. I hope I can get it across successfully. Yeah, hope I can. Oh, nice. Some good ones coming in now. You can see, when I was a school student, I have never stood out from other classmates. Okay, in this case, so we have the word when. When I was a school student, we can simply use past simple. I didn't. I did not stand out from the other classmates, rather than the present perfect, because we're talking about a finished time, because you are not a school student now, I don't think. So we can say past simple. I did not stand out from other classmates. But yeah, the use of stand out is the perfect way we use it. Exactly. It's a good example. Very good. Sonia, nice. She stood out in her class because of her strong personality. Yeah, okay. Ilaria? I didn't think that MyS could have made online lessons, but it made it. Yeah, they made it, but they made it. Yeah, we made it. I didn't think I would be able to put on the lesson today because I had too many difficulties with the technology, and somebody else was using this computer, but I made it. I didn't think I would be online for the stream lesson today, but I made it. A good example. Sonny says out. Yeah, stood out. Yeah, gotcha. Nice. Stood out of her class because of her strong personality. Yeah, good. Valeria says Martin Luther King, with his discourse, "I have a dream," tried to get across his thought. Yeah, exactly. Get it across to as many people as possible. And I think he made it. I think he got it across very, very well, because we still remember that at the time, maybe not, but even right now, we still remember that speech. So I think in the end, he was successful. He made a difference for a long period of time. Okay. Sonia says she finally got into playing the piano. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. It's quite difficult to get into the music industry, because there are so many musicians who are competing for different jobs, competing to be in a band, and competing to be session musicians, things like that. So it's a difficult business. If you want to get into the music industry, you have to stand out. And you have to be very talented if you want to make it. If you want to make it big. We can add the word big after make it. They made it big. We had in the paragraph before. The band finally made it big internationally. So they became successful and popular all around the world. Sonia says he's always late. He won't make it on time. Perfect. Perfect. This is it's exactly how we use it. Yeah. Nice. So get up, stand up. So this was of course, a famous Bob Marley song, and the message he's trying to get across in this song is to take action. because he thinks that everybody is just sitting down. But he wants people to get up, stand up, and try to make a difference. Stand up for your rights as a human being. So quite a strong song, right? Now let's talk about you guys. What about music? What kind of music are you into? So what do you like? I'm into rock. I'm into classic rock music. I'm into progressive rock music, metal music. That's the kind of stuff that I am into. Who's your favorite band or artist? When did they make it big? What makes them stand out from the crowd? And number 3, what is your favorite song? What kind of message is it trying to get across? So let me know. Type below, what kind of music are you into? I'm personally not really into hip hop or rap. I'm definitely not into country. I don't like country music at all. But the accordion is nice. This instrument, yeah. The accordion is really nice. Personally, I'm really into progressive rock. So just let me know. Let's see. Sonia says, I'm into rock music. My favorite bands are U2, Queen, and Dire Straits. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, U2 is a very unique band. Great music, great messages. Ilaria, I got into house music when I met my boyfriend. Great use of getting into. Yeah, got into rock music because he convinced me to go to a house festival like Tomorrowland. Ah, interesting. Very cool. Where is Tomorrowland? I'm not sure where they hold this event. I didn't know it was a real event. I heard about it recently. I'm not sure where it is. But U2 is a great band. I have seen U2 live on three or 4 times. I saw U2 live. Once even in Ireland, in Dublin. It was amazing. I think 2 days ago, it was the... Oh, okay. We have Valeria. I'm into Latin music like salsa. Bachata, I think, and typical music of Peru. Wow. I'm into melodies to play with the piano or violin. Okay. Yeah, great. So classical music as well. Ilaria says it's in Belgium. Tomorrowland is in Belgium. Huh. Very cool. It could be an interesting place to go to one time. Yeah. Yes, 2 days ago, I think. It was the 33rd anniversary of the Joshua Tree. The Joshua Tree album by U2. One of the greatest albums ever written, I think. From beginning to end, it's amazing. An amazing album. And it's now 33 years old, I think. Cool. So let's talk about the messages that these artists are trying to get across. So I saw things like U2, house music. What are the lyrics about? What are the lyrics trying to say? What is the message of these songs. And it could be that you prefer the music over the message. Because personally, if I listen to music, I listen to the instruments. Because I personally play instruments, so it's more interesting to me to listen to the musical part of it rather than only the lyrics. Sonia, I agree with you. Really amazing album. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I've got the album on vinyl, the old, the black discs, the old record vinyl. I have the Joshua Tree on that. It's awesome. So for me, saying that I really like, I'll just wait a minute for your responses as well, talking about the message the music is conveying and what it's trying to get across. But a band I really like is called Rush. Rush have a lot of interesting messages about social things, about being popular. Fabrizio says my favorite song is Heal the World, Michael Jackson. Oh, okay. Wow. So already, right in the title of the song, you can see that there's going to be a strong message of international importance. Sonia says, a masterpiece for me is when music is great and the message too. Example, U2's Brothers in Arms. There's a U2 song called Brothers in Arms. Okay, that's the album. Never mind. Okay. Brothers in Arms. But it's a Dire Straits. Yeah. Yeah. I thought, yeah, anyway. Good message to get across as well. Yeah. I think that his message is on the title. Exactly. Yeah, right in the title. Heal the world. So trying to get across the need to take action. Valeria says, I really like the song Vivir mi vida, whose translation is live my life. And talk about that in spite of the difficulties you have to continue to live. Your life is only one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, interesting message. Very cool. Ilaria, after Avicii's suicide, Don Diablo, famous DJ, tried to get across to ask help. If you feel uncomfortable with the song, you are not alone. Sonia says, sorry, Dire Straits. Yeah, I understood. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Get across his message to the people. Ask if you feel. So, okay, asking if you feel, depressed, trying to reach out to people and help them despite their difficulties. So, yeah, actually what I see here is the common theme is very positive, really positive messages. Heal the world, living your life in spite of the difficulties, seeking help for depression and things like that. These are very, very important messages to try to get across in your music. And I agree that a song is really amazing when the music is good and the words are good and they go along with it. Excellent. Okay. So we have a few more musical terms a few more nice nouns and some adjectives we'll use here as well. So musical trailblazers. I'll start with reading this. Throughout the 1970s, David Bowie was a trailblazer of musical trends and pop fashion. Having been a late 60s mime and cabaret entertainer, late 60s mime and cabaret entertainer, he evolved into a singer-songwriter and a pioneer of glam rock. Then he veered into what he called plastic soul, before moving to Berlin to create innovative electronic music. His capacity for mixing brilliant changes of sound and image underpinned by a genuine intellectual curiosity is rivaled by few in pop history. Okay. So we have a few terms to talk about here about David Bowie. And you can let me know in the chat, are you a David Bowie fan? Yes or no? For me, is so-so. Some songs, yes. Some songs, not so much. Yeah, David Bowie is definitely an interesting person. So a trailblazer. Any idea on what it could mean to be a trailblazer? Well, we have a definition given to us. It's someone who is the first to make a pioneering development in something. Okay, so a trailblazer. We can say, probably today, Elon Musk is a trailblazer in electric cars or different technology using batteries to power cars. A precursor. Sonia says, yes, okay, a precursor. A pioneer. Fabrizio, open the way. Yeah, a person who opens the way for others to find it, yeah. Because it comes from two words. A trail is the path. We can say a trail that goes through the forest. And to blaze is an interesting verb. So a fire can be blazing. It's very, very strong and it spreads very quickly. So this means you're moving very quickly and you're creating a new path in the forest. So being a trailblazer is used in that form. Then we have to veer. To veer. A sudden change in direction. For example, if you're driving like this, and you start going like this to one side, or you're driving and you are veering. It's better when you're driving not to veer to the right or to the left, but to stay more straight, to drive straighter. So you don't confuse the other drivers around you. Delaria says, is blaze a verb? Yes. Yeah. To blaze. Yeah. It's not a common one that we use, but it's typically linked with fire. As in the fire that spreads very quickly. It is blazing. Sonia says moved to. Yeah. Veering, moving to the right or to the left. Yeah. So use it for physical sense, meaning turning right and left, or in his musical direction. So the style of music changed. Innovative. So I say innovative, but you may hear also the pronunciation innovative, or a different variation on the pronunciation of this word, depending on your accent, where you come from. America or UK, I say innovative. This is an adjective, something that is original, new, and often unconventional ideas. So innovative is the adjective. The verb would be to innovate. The person could be an innovator, somebody who innovates a lot, who makes creative and interesting ideas. To underpin. Yeah, Fabrizio says start something new. Exactly. To underpin is to support and provide justification for. So the sentence example is, his capacity for mixing brilliant changes of sound and image underpinned by a genuine intellectual curiosity is rivaled by few in pop history. So supported by the fact that in the beginning, he is already a genuine and intellectual and curious person. See, he has the talent at the bottom to support the actions that he's doing. Supported by. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And his curiosity is rivaled by few. What does it mean that it's rivaled by few? Sonia says mixed with. Mixed with for maybe for the part about his styles. Mixing his styles together. Different styles of music. Yeah. So it says that his genuine intellectual curiosity is rivaled by few in pop history. This means there are very few people in the music industry that can compete, that can play on the same level. Sonia says, not many, oh yeah, Fabrizio, not many opponents. Perfect. Sonia, he has few rivals. Exactly. Yeah. So is there anyone else that you think is a musical trailblazer? Who do you think is a real musical trailblazer? For me, let's see. Definitely, I would say Michael Jackson. He's another example of a musical trailblazer. I would say as a band, Led Zeppelin, for me, created lots of different styles using rock music as the base, but incorporating many different styles with that. So we just have a few more minutes left here. So we'll wrap up soon. Hilaria says, I think Freddie Mercury was a trailblazer. Absolutely a trailblazer. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Very unique singing style and compositions of songs. Yeah. Sonia, Beatles in the 60s. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Every musician says that for them, an inspiration was the Beatles. Regardless of your style of music, everyone mentions the Beatles. Yeah. Patrizia, for me, in Italy, is Battaio. Okay. Battiato. Battiato. Okay. Interesting. I don't know who that is. But I'm sure he blazed a big trail for other people. Okay, so we have to end it there. We'll wrap it up with just a review of these phrasal verbs. There are so many phrasal verbs, of course, in English, so it's good to memorize them and keep thinking of examples when you can use them. And remember some of the examples we used here. And this broadcast should be available to watch after even a recording of it, if you'd like to do that. So to get across, to stand out, to make it, and to get into. Very useful for us. So Patricia says, listen to his music. Okay. Yeah, actually I will. I'm always curious to find new musicians. Thank you guys very much for joining the stream today. Sorry about the technical difficulties before, but I worked it out, so it should be okay. Hopefully, I will have access to this computer for the whole day, but I should. Thank you guys very much for joining. I will see you next time. Have a great day and enjoy these phrasal verbs and keep listening to that great music. Thank you guys very much. Have a good afternoon. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye, Fabrizio. Thank you so much for funny lesson. Yeah, I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Yeah, Blair says thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.